There's really no sugarcoating it. Phoenix is on the ropes. They head into tonight's game 2 in an 0-2 hole. And if they don't take care of business tonight, they are about to be 6 feet under. And I know I'm corny. But seriously, teams are 0-151 all time after falling into that 0-3 hole. So this team, it was built, right, to be able to outscore anybody. But the problem is that they're not. The Suns are scoring just 94 points per game this postseason, over 22 points below their regular season average. And that includes consecutive games under 100 points, something the Suns never did once in the regular season. So you could say the Suns, right, they've played their 2 worst games of the season in this series. And I certainly want to credit the Minnesota defense. We can't take anything away from that. But Kevin Durant is also a big part of this. I know that you look at a lot, Perk. How much falls on him to solve all of this?
It falls on the entire big three. This is not a KD thing. This is a Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant thing. And right now, this organization, and where they at, they have one foot on the banana peel and the other foot in the grave. That's what's happening right now because they're on the verge of losing this series. If they don't get tonight, they're going to get swept. Kevin Durant, you're a 2-time Finals MVP, one of the greatest scorers to ever touch the damn basketball. It's time for you to step up. What have we been talking about all season long when it comes to KD? Being a leader, getting uncomfortable. You and I went back and forth a few times. Everybody leading their own way. They have their own way of leading. Well,
is that your Chiney impression?
That's not my voice.
But I tried. I tried. But at the end of the day, they haven't had a leader since Chris Paul. Who's going to lead? Who's going to be the voice in the locker room? Who's going to take over the fourth quarter when the game is tight? That has to be Kevin Durant.
Well, you can say it's leader, or you can say they struggle with the absence of Chris Paul positionally, right? But to me, the bigger thing is that in this day and age of the NBA, you need more than one star to be able to win in a series. I know we used to have LeBron or Steph, they can take over for their squads. Gone are those days based off of the health and saturation of stars. It's not just one star. We've got a constellation throughout the association. Oh yeah, put that on a bar. Okay, but the reason why Booker and Beal have to really get going is because KD, as you said, he can't do it by himself. And guess what? He's going up against the #1 defense in the NBA in the Timberwolves. He's had 29 field goals in this series. Only 3 of them have been open. On top of it, he's trying to get those guys open as well. So it's a recipe that is for disaster if those other guys like Devin Booker and Bradley Beal can't take some of the weight off of KD.
It's not totally fair to just put it on Kevin Durant because when those 3 have been on the floor, they've been outscored by 27 points. That's not a recipe for success, Woj.
Yeah, this is a team, and Perk said it, they were built around 3 players. They sacrificed all of their depth to do the Durant deal, to do the Bradley Beal deal, and now a player like Grayson Allen, whose availability is in question tonight. You saw him step on Mike Conley Jr.'s foot in Game 2, went out. He's had issues with that ankle. He's going to come tonight. He's going to warm up. He did a little bit of shoot-around, I'm told, and see if he can play tonight. But they need him. And this is a team, there's part of the reason they had to re-sign Grayson Allen and keep him out of free agency to a $70 million deal that will cost them next season in luxury tax and salary, $70 million because they have gassed all their assets. And so Grayson Allen's availability, the league's best 3-point shooter by percentage this year, that's vital for this team as they come home.
Right, because they are particularly a top-heavy team, and the questions are starting to swirl. Is this team built for the regular season? Is it built for the playoffs? And the answer to that might be the former, because we're not the only ones who are losing faith in the Suns, right? When you look at the title odds, Phoenix, they opened the season with 6-1 odds to win it, 4th best in the NBA. But by the All-Star break, that slipped. It slipped to 15-1. Now it slipped to 75-1.
Wow.
Those championship odds, they're worse than the Cleveland Cavaliers, who trailed by 43 points last night. There may be a certain big man, right, who is a big reason why. So with that, it's time for our big man moment. It's brought to you by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. Perk. In a recent poll by The Athletic, NBA players named Rudy Gobert as the league's most underrated player. Is he the most overrated player? Is he the most overrated in this series?
You know what they say, right? And you tell them this, Rudy. Don't hate the player, hate the game. because, damn it, he been shining like new money. And I've been impressed with Rudy. Look at Rudy right here. He's calling for the guys to keep coming. He's loading up, doing what he do best, altering shots, hands, deflections, getting out on the break. Rudy has been doing a phenomenal job of sliding those puppies.
Yeah.
And then look at Rudy right here. Look at Rudy right here. You roll and one. And look, they called the charge. Coach Fitz said, nah, I got to challenge that big fella and give you some grace. It was an and one. This postseason, 71% field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Best in the NBA. 44% opponent field goal percentage at the rim. 6 in the NBA. Again, Rudy, let them hate, let them talk. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I wanna try to boast at what I look like. How they wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on the ESPN.